with the home that's existing, you got a traditional kind of a rolled insulation there. A lot of times
Sure.
they roll it out.
A lot of blow-in our market.
Yeah. And then you have the spray foam, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if you already have insulation, the traditional style, and then you said, hey, I want to double it up. I want to put more insulation on the inside of my roofing, because they spray it right up at the top on the inside of the ceiling there, or the attic roof. So essentially, is that a good idea, a bad idea? What do you think about that?
Well, it depends on really like kind of the engineering of the home, right? Like what that attic space looks like, how large is your attic space? I mean, do you have soffit, right? So if you have soffit where the air enters into the attic space along the eaves, you might go on the outside of your house and look up at the underneath the roof and you'll see those little holes. That's called the soffit. Hot air goes into that and then it goes up to the top of your roof and releases out if your roof's properly ventilated, right? So you have to close off that soffit because you can't have any moisture or humidity entering in your attic space, because it'll get trapped by the spray foam, right? So there's one thing that you got to make sure you do if you're going to be doing it retroactively after your home's already been built, right? And then on top of it, you want to make sure, like a lot of homeowners don't realize, that you need to be checking on your insulation. Like the R value goes down every year. It's not anything dramatic, but it will go down over the year, especially if you have the spray foam insulation, and you need to go in there and you might have to respray it. Right. So before you fork it, tens of thousands of dollars on spray foam, you might be able to just add more of the blow-in insulation, and that could help you a lot of problems there too when it comes to insulation. Spray foam, we have homeowners, and I'll be honest, frankly, we have a lot more homeowners that are very disappointed with the performance of spray foam. And it's not that it doesn't insulate your home and your attic well, because it does, right? Nothing will outperform it. It is impressive, right? I've gone up into a lot of attics with spray foam, and it might be cooler than the house. Like it is absolutely a phenomenal system. I don't know, and from my experience, I would say that it's the best for Florida. We get a lot of humidity here. The last thing you want to get is moisture up there, but then also, I believe it's an open cell system or a closed cell system, which allows toxins or some of the gases in the spray foam to keep releasing. And I've had a lot of homeowners that have complained about having headaches. So, for example, we did a beautiful home over in Cheval. The homeowner got spray foam. I think it was like $40,000 worth of spray foam. It's a large house, right? This isn't a normal home, and they had it sprayed into the attic, completely taken everywhere. And about 3 days into it, she couldn't be in the house anymore. Her headaches were too intense. She felt nauseous. She felt sick. And she was like, what happened? It was the spray foam. It was releasing chemicals and some toxins. And for the folks that are sensitive, it really got to her. And she was living in an Airbnb when we met her, right? So we had to go in, we had to remove her roof, remove all the decking because it's sprayed to the ceiling. It's not laid down. So we had to remove and replace all the decking, pretty much scrape all the trusses, all the supports, all the spray foam out of there, remove it, and then put it all back, right? Put the decking back on there. It's obviously to put new decking on and a new roof. That took about a week-long project to do. And then about 2 weeks after, she was able to come back in and move back into her house. And she hasn't had any headaches, and she's been so happy since. It's wild to see how much it's changed her life.
Because you could think about it. What's in that foam? I mean, what's the chemical composition of that? What, like you mentioned, the off-putting, like those, most of those naturals, they naturally off-put. That was the big deal with the, Chinese drywall.
The Chinese drywall.
It came from China. That's why we call it Chinese drywall. Similar to the China virus. That's